Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. If you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here with me today. So let's get into it. We're going to talk a little about consciousness today. What is consciousness? And I know that in today's society, we kind of loosely use that term when we say, be more conscious or become conscious, right? Um, Practice consciousness, right? But is consciousness something that we practice, or is it something that we learn, or is it something that we simply are already? Okay, these are great questions, right? I've had a conversation with someone about this and I thought, let me make a video on it. It's a great topic. And so consciousness is more of something that we are, right? You're already a conscious, right? You're already conscious, in other words, right? You are conscious, right? But when we are in the journey of self-awareness, self-develop, right? We are trying to be, what is it that we are being aware of, right? When we're on the journey of self-awareness, what do we mean by that, right? What are we becoming aware of? Well, we're becoming aware of our consciousness. Us being conscious being is what we're becoming aware of. Okay? So when we say, pay attention to the things you say, how you feel, what how you react, we're saying, pay attention to your consciousness, the things that are manifesting within your consciousness, right? Because in reality, everything is conscious, right? The entire universe is conscious, right? Because without consciousness, there will be no existence, right? If you weren't simply conscious, you wouldn't be here, right? Because with consciousness, things are born into conscious, right? So your feelings, who you are, who you believe you perceive yourself to be, your thoughts, all exist because you are conscious, right? It's a space, you can say, right? I love the way how Eckhart Tolle explains this, and he has a great book on this. It's called The Power of Now. Okay, definitely read that book if you're on this journey. It really gives you more of an opening to understand more of what this journey is, what is spiritual, how do you, you know, be more aware of the spiritual world that you already are, that you already live in. Okay, but we have created identity around it, such as culture, religion, beliefs, thoughts, practices, holidays, right? All around spirit or spirituality, I'm sorry, that already exist. Okay, that already you are. So again, consciousness is not something that you learn or that you practice or that you become. Consciousness is something that you already are simply. It's just the difference of how aware are you of your consciousness, right? Of your conscious being. How much more are you aware of it? That kind of separates us from people who are, like for example, people who are, are violent, right? Or use drugs or alcoholics or, like, for example, homeless people. Not all of them, but those, there are very rare people that are homeless that are actually fully conscious. They consciously choose that decision and practice still healthy behaviors, right? Very rare, but there are. But then majority of them end up in that situation, or people who have mental illness, right? Depression, anxiety, anger, right? These are all mental illness that non-conscious people, non people who are non-aware of their consciousness, I'm sorry, are more prone to these type of behaviors or surrounding or life choices, right? So that shows just how far they are aware of their conscious, right? And then there are people who, you know, you pay attention to what you say. You pay attention to how you make others feel with your word. You pay attention to how you respond rather than react, right? Because there are so many different levels. That's why there are so many different people, because we are all in different part of our consciousness, right? We're all on different levels. We all have different awareness. So, one might have this much awareness of their consciousness, one might have this, you know what I mean? Like, it goes by inches, milli-inches, right? Millimeters. I can't talk today, okay? But let's keep this video going, because I really love this topic. It's different levels of it, however, it's there, right? We all have it. So whether you are aware of it or not, you are conscious. You just need to figure out how much more aware of your conscience you are. And so when you are on this path, practicing to be more aware and mindful, you are becoming more aware of your consciousness. Okay, so know that. So don't think that consciousness is something that's out there that you have to seek, that you have to adapt within yourself. And, you know, or think that is something that is unachievable because you can't seem to understand how to find it outside of yourself in order to bring it back into yourself, right? Because it's already there, right? So searching within yourself. That's why when you are on this journey, everything is within you, okay? So you're not looking for anything out there, right? You're not trying to understand anything that is outside of yourself, because nothing is outside of yourself. Everything is inside of yourself, right? And so you're always focused within you. Everything that you're searching for, when you're working on your shadows, that's within you. When you're learning to be more aware, that is within you. That is the actual platform of everything that exists within you, or the things that you perceive the world to be, the people to be, or how you interpret life around you and the things that are happening, the things that you feel, that you hear, and that you see. All is interpreted within you, right? All comes alive within you, okay? And so your consciousness is the platform for all these things to exist. Without your consciousness, none of this would exist. Okay? So understand that. So when you become aware of the platform, then you can focus on everything else on top of the platform, right? Because now you know there is a foundation and everything else is sitting on this foundation, okay? Because when you start paying attention to everything else, it can be confusing. It may not make sense because you're like, well, where is all this stuff coming from? How does all this stuff exist, right? But the existence of it is the platform. Without the platform, it wouldn't exist, right? And so your consciousness is that way, okay? So Look at yourself as aware being, conscious being that is becoming more aware of their consciousness. Okay? Every day that you practice little by little, such as constantly paying attention to your thoughts, your behaviors, your reactions, your habits, um, the voices in your head that tells you positive and negative thing, but mostly negative thing, is how you become more and more aware of your consciousness. And then the deep realization of that, that's me. It's not my personality that people put upon me or society have given me, or my family has put upon me when I was a kid, that I adapted to actually become, or the material stuff that I have, or the thoughts that I have all day. Like, none of it is me. You're going to realize that, okay? Or the gender that society put upon me, okay? None of it, or the religion, or the culture, or the race that was assigned to me, none of it, it's me. You start to realize that on such a deeper level, to where you start to behave as a conscious being. You can relate to everything. You can understand that all of it is a part of you, because without you, none of it would exist. Okay? But again, like that line I just said is much more deeper realization. I'm not literally saying without you, the world wouldn't exist, okay? But it's two parts to it, right? It's yes and it's no, okay? Because everything is yin and yang. Everything has two sides. It's all about how deep or how on the surface you're looking at, right? And so keep that in mind when you are on this path, and continue to work on it. And once you really get to, seeing that you are already that, it just becomes much more easier for you to continue to be the best version and the higher being that you are, okay? And be in touch with your higher self. Again, beautiful people, I always enjoy talking to you. If you have, any comments on this, feel free to drop me a comment. If you at least got one thing from it that gave you that aha moment, or have you thinking about the thoughts even deeper, go ahead and give these thumbs up so that we can get this out there to as much people as possible who are also on the same journey as us, okay? I love always talking to you, and so feel free to talk back to me. Thank you, beautiful people. Have an amazing day. Bye. Mwah.